Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, coming to you live each and every Saturday, only here on YouTube, also live on Oldies and More Radio. We are here from 9 p.m. till midnight. Going to try to get out early, and everything. Well, we'll talk about the earliness, but really everything on tonight's show is a request by you, the listeners. Actually, I had 69 requests for tonight's show, and that's if I was able to do many of you send me 2 requests, some send me 1 request, others send me lots of requests, and I try to pick 2, but I'm gonna have to pick 1. Well, let's put it this way. Many of you have been sending me 2 requests normally, so you continue to send those requests. If I get them early and I can fit them into the show, I will do that, because I had to, I don't know, which ones to take out or not to take out. And lots are dedications, and I don't want to do that. But I don't want to be here till, and it's not fair even to you, because a lot of people have to go to bed. They have to go to church tomorrow. They got things to do on a Sunday. So, if I can get out of here somewhere around between 12:15 and 12:30, that might be maybe doable. And if you have to go to bed, you can watch some of the show in the morning, like Paul Greco does. Paul Greco and other people do. I know a lot of my listeners, they bolt out at 10 o'clock because it's past their bedtime. But I can't do the show earlier. And I have a lot of records to do, and you never get to hear my selections too, so I'd like to do that too. I got a lot of records that maybe you never heard before, vocal group records that you might want to hear. But anyway, that's how I think I'm going to do it, because it's easier for me. It's easier for me to pull the records out. So again, continue with your requests, and especially if you have a special dedication. So I have the 2 requests for many of the people tonight, but not all. So if you didn't hear your request this week, I will definitely play it next week. And if I don't get enough requests, I still have a lot from the people that send me a couple hundred that they want to hear. But anyway, we opened up with some of you maybe. Somebody, was it Darren? I think Darren, you mentioned Bill Doggett. Yes. Open up tonight's show. Actually, was a request. I think it was Darren, your friend, a Vinyl Gorilla. He asked if I had any Bill Doggett, and I have a lot of Bill Doggett. That is a pianist organist Bill Doggett out of Philadelphia, signed with Sid Nathan's King label in late 1952. He had something like 72 releases on the King label through 1971, believe it or not, and just featured his 27th release, a song called Slow Walk, from November of 1956, that actually did pretty good on Billboard. 26 on Billboard, 12 on Cashbox, 4 on the R&B chart, and a big #1 record if you were tuned into WEBB in Baltimore, Maryland. Now the song, that's actually a cover. The song was originally written and recorded by Syl Austin for Mercury Records. I think it came out probably a month earlier, October 56. But this one going out to Vinyl Gorilla, the version of Bill Doggett from October 56, Slow Walk. So Johnny G doesn't want to slow walk anymore. Let's start off the vocal portion here. Again, all requests for tonight. And this is a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani. He wants to send this one out both to Timothy and to Big Dave Swinger. We go to Herman Lubinsky's Savoy record label for this singer by the name of Billy Nelson, and he's being backed up by the Five Wings. The Five Wings were from Harlem, New York. Billy Nelson was from Cincinnati, Ohio, and he wrote this tune, and includes Mickey Baker on guitar and Sam the Man Taylor on sax. So let's open up the vocal portion from December 55. Billy Nelson and the Five Wings on Savoy Records, by request for UK listener Indrajit Advani. This is for Big Dave Swinger and Timothy. It's called Pack, Shack, and Stack Your Blues Away.
Well, my baby left me and I don't know what to do. shack and stack my blues away. Yes, yes, I'm gonna pack, shack and stack my blues away. Well, I'm hoping and praying she will come back home someday. Yes, yes, she left me this morning standing in the hallway crying. Yes, yes, she left me this morning standing in the hallway crying. If she don't come back, I'll be in the doghouse dying. Well, 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 I'm gonna pack, shack and stack my blues away. Yes, yes, I'm gonna pack, shack and stack my blues away. Well, I'm hoping and praying she will come back home someday. Baby, please come home to me. Please come back, baby, and ease this misery. Well, 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 I'm gonna pack, shack and stack my blues away. Yes, yes, I'm gonna pack, shack and stack my blues away. Well, I'm hoping and praying she will come back home someday. Yes, I'm gonna pack, shack and stack my blues away. And stack my blues away. Well, I'm hoping and praying she will come back home someday.
Yeah, we open up there with a cool up-tempo tune there. That's a by request for UK listener Indrajit Edvani. That is Billy Nelson and the Five Wings. He wants to send that one out to Big Dave Swinger and Timothy, December 55 on the Savoy label. Pack, shack, and stack your blues away as we stack records here on a Saturday evening as we continue here. And if you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry I messed up. I'm getting a lot of vinyl people in the chat room tonight, and I'm getting confused with Vinyl Grotto versus Vinyl Gorilla. So, but I got the vinyl right. We got a lot of vinyl here for tonight. As you know, we count down the music chronologically here on the Saturday night show. Let's fill a request for listener Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room as we go to 1951 here. Great combination with Esther Mae Jones, a.k.a. Little Esther, and the Dominoes. She's in a duet with Clyde McPhatter on this. It's on Sid Nathan's Federal Records, the Gold Top Federal, from July 51. Little Esther and the Dominoes, along with Clyde McPhatter on Federal. It's called Heart to Heart for Frank.
Heart to heart, we can face the world together. Whether fast or harm weather, won't you say we'll never part? Soul to soul, we can laugh at hope and trouble. Yes, we'll get our sunshine done, yeah, if we always stay heart to heart. Others say you will leave me. Believe me, it's not true. That's nice. 'Cause you know it would grieve me, yes, grieve me. And then my life would not be through. Love to love, we could more. more the highest mountain.
Make our joy spring like a fountain.
If we always stay heart to heart.
Mother said you will leave me. Sweetheart said it's not true. 'Cause you know it would leave me, and then my life would be through.
We could move the highest mountain.
Make our joy spring like a fountain.
If we'll always stay heart to heart.
That's a great tune there. That is by request for Frank Gingaro. He wants to send that one out to his wife, Jerry Gingaro. Thank you both for tuning into the program tonight. That's a Little Esther with the Dominoes. Little Esther with Clyde McPhatter on that great duet there from July 1951. Sid Nathan's Federal Records for that. That's not an easy record to find. You could find the second issue of that much easier. I remember I bought my copy from Dan Romanello. Not this one. This one, Spence Wooten sold me this one, but I didn't have the record at all. And he had the second press. I did a deal with Dan. Dan wanted my duplicate of my Charmers. I was wrong by the Charmers. That actually had a little crack in it, too. So he traded me a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Well, I don't want to talk about it, but anyway, there you go. That's going out to Frank Gingaro. He is him along with Gordon Skagberg. They host the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. It's on Sunday afternoons, beginning at 3 p.m., 3 to 5 p.m. out of Hofstra University, WRHU FM 88.7. You can listen tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. You can listen live on the internet, WRHU.org. You get similar sounds that you get here on a Saturday night, so tune in to the Rhythm and Blues Serenade with Frank and Gordon. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. I think I saw, no, actually, okay, this is for Jim Lampley in Texas, and he requested the 4 tunes they signed with RCA Records in early 1949. They had 20 singles through 1953. Now, Jim requested their 16th. It features Pat Best on lead. I think Patty Page also recorded this tune. It's from January 52 for Jim Lampley in Texas. The 4 tunes on RCA. It's called Come What May for Jim.
A gypsy with a crystal ball to gaze in, can look into the future, so they say. But I'm so afraid of fortune tellers. To know the truth might cast my world away. Now just suppose I call upon a gypsy to find you gonna break my heart someday. So darling, I'm confessing, not knowing is a blessing. So you can keep me guessing, come what may. A gypsy with a crystal ball to gaze in, can look into the future, so they say. But I'm so afraid of fortune tellers. To know the truth might cast my world away. Now just suppose I call upon a gypsy to find you're gonna break my heart someday. So darling, I'm confessing, not knowing is a blessing. So you can keep me guessing, come what may. So you can keep me guessing, come what may.
That's a pretty nice tune, gotta say. That's going out to Jim Lampley in Texas. That's the sound of the Four Tunes with Pat Best on lead there from January 1952. It's on the RCA record label. Come What May is the name of the tune. I hope I didn't miss anybody in the chat room. I try to get everybody. Sometimes when I'm multitasking, I miss because you people start chatting before I come on, and most of you do come in all at one time. So I have my mother can call me and tell me if I missed anybody. She wrote down all your names. She's taking attendance. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's fill a request now for Kenny in New Jersey. This was the very first release, if you collect the Rama record label, and you know I love Rama Records. It is my logo here on my YouTube page, so you'll see it because I just love to watch the logo spin around. It reminds me, the Rama logo reminds me of this giant fan that my grandmother had. She had it on top of her television. They had like the TVs that were like a piece of furniture. And in the summertime, there was a big window behind the TV, and they had this big fan. It was Air Master, I think is what they called it. And it had like these cloud things on it, and it reminds me of the clouds on it looks like clouds to me on the Rama label. So that's like takes me back. And my aunt used to play I Love You Darling by the Valentines. Used to watch that logo spin around and around. But this is the first record on George Goldner's Rama record label, his newly formed label at the time. And it's the group's first of two. What else do I got here? The group was managed by Cliff Martinez and directed by Bert Keys. And this is from February of 1953. This is by request for Kenny in New Jersey. The Five Buds on the Rama label and their tune called I Was Such a Fool, parentheses, to Fall in Love with You.
I was such a fool to fall in love with you. I was such a fool to think you love me too. Suddenly it happened, your love flickered and died, but mine kept right on burning, then burst into a torch impossible to hide. I was such a fool to think that you were mine. Here's to your new love. Let's live a toast to sparkling wine. You taught me a lesson, it's true, but wait till it happens to you. I was such a fool to fall in love You taught me a lesson, it's true, but wait till it happens to you. I was such a fool to fall in love with you. I was such a fool to fall in love with you.
Here you go. That's going out to Kenny in New Jersey. Those are the Five Buds. And that is... What, isn't that the original version of that tune? I think it is. February 1953, the Five Buds on the Rama label, their first of two, I Was Such a Fool to Fall in Love with You. That one, this song also, of course, you know, covered by the Flamingos and also Connie Francis. Now, I love the Flamingos version. If I'm not mistaken, I think on the Flamingos version, I get a copyright issue. I don't know why. I don't know if it's Terry Johnson. I don't know what it is, but I didn't get any copyright with this one. I should test that playing that Flamingos, because Kenny in New Jersey also requested the version by the Flamingos, and Mio More is another one. One of those I think I can play that one. I have to double check because I got to be careful. I have to make note of songs that I can't play on YouTube, or they give me problems. They block the videos. I don't. If they block it in Russia, I don't care, but I don't want it blocked in the UK, Canada, or here in the USA, because that is a no-no. The majority, that's the big majority of those. It's interesting, the breakout that I get great stats from YouTube, I can tell you that much. It gives me the age breakdown, it gives me the guys versus gals, it gives me a whole bunch of cool stuff. And but anyway, I digress. Let us continue here, and let's fill a request now for our listener Edmund Williams, as I think I got three songs by Billy Ward and the Dominoes tonight. And it's on, instead of being on the Federal label, this is on Sid Nathan's King label, which was really their pop series at the time. And the reason is because I guess it's a cover tune that was first done back in 1928 by Gene Austin for Victor Records. And this features Cliff Givens on lead. This is their fourth release on the King label. We go to June of 1954 by request for Edmund Williams in Queens, New York, Billy Ward and his Dominoes with their rendition of the tune Lonesome Road.
Look down, look down, that lonesome road before you travel on. Please look up and seek your Maker, for Gabriel blows his horn. Blows his horn, weary tone, such a load, dredging down that lonesome road. Look down on that lonesome road before you travel on. True love, what have I done that makes you treat me so? Treat me so, you're causing me to walk and talk like I never did before. Weary tone, such a load, dredging down that lonesome road. Down down that lonesome road. I said before you travel on. Travel on.
As I get caught here on a Saturday night. There you go. That's going out to Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. That's June 1954. That's Billy Ward and his Dominoes there. Doing the Gene Austin tune, Lonesome Road, came out on Sid Nathan's King record label, the Pop series, starting with it was the 1000 series, and that featured bass there, Cliff Givens on lead. There you go. That's going out to Edmund. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show as we head to Detroit, Michigan with this next release. It was I think I had a new listener last week. His name was William, and Charlene monitors as best she can the YouTube chat room for requests. And William requested this song on Devorah Brown's legendary Fortune label by the Diablos. It's their second release, a song that I first heard played by Gus Gossard in the early 1970s. It features the great Nolan Strong on lead. This is their second release on the Fortune label, going out to William. September 54, the Diablos with The Wind. Go hissing all there. That's by request for William, the sound of the Diablos. Nolan Strong and the Diablos. That's their second release on the Fortune label, September 1954 release. The Wind is the name of the tune. This would be re-released multiple times. It comes on different color Fortune labels too. I have a white promo. I have a white promo on this, which I think has got to be later, maybe 1960. I have it on the pink label. I have it on the blue label. I'm trying to think if there's another one. I don't know if it came out on maroon or not, but there's all multiple variations, as there are with this label in general. And some of the records of Fortune play with a hiss. Some of them you'll be lucky enough they do not. But also, Paul Winley put one out by the Jesters. The Jesters have a great version because Gus Gossett used to play that one too. Johnny G is your Saturday night disc jockey right here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on YouTube. Also, I think they're starting to play me on a station out in San Diego. Oh, it's KK. I forget the other two letters, but it's out of because I told the program director to let me know when it was he was going to. And he's got a big market, he said, but he loves what I do, and I was really thrilled to get an email from him. I'll get more details after. I think I'm on Sunday morning. I think. And they're taking, and they're not, I'm not broadcasting live. I told him that he can take anything he likes from my vinyltreasures.net page. So he's going to have to probably edit some of the stuff out, but I said, you can do that. And it's, I think I even had some comments on, I think, one of my YouTube pages about, Johnny, you played a song. I said, well, what other records were played that day? And then I can figure it out because I don't know. But I was really thrilled to get that. But anyway, let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's fill a request for Bob Evans in the state of Ohio. I talked to Butch Ford out in Hawaii. I used to buy records from Butch Ford many, many years ago. And I was like, is Bob okay? I haven't heard from Bob. But thank you, Bob, for sending me an email. And I'm glad you're okay. And because Bob goes to sleep, it's too late for him to listen, so he listens on the archive. And he used to send me requests, but I didn't hear from him for a long, long time. And he sent me a couple of the requests. And this is his request. It's really a rare record as we stay in Detroit on Jack Lauderdale's Swing Time label. This group is from Detroit, but the label's out of Los Angeles. And he requested the Serenaders on the Swing Time label. This has Norman Thrasher on lead. This is from January of 1954. The flip side of this is a song called Maybelle. But he requested this side, the Serenaders on Swing Time, going out to Bob Evans in Ohio. It's called Ain't Going to Cry No More. Whoops. Wrong one.
I can't stand it anymore.
That's Byron. That's going out to Bob Evans. Bob Evans in Ohio, January 1954. The sound of the Serenaders, a great bluesy sound there. It's on the Swing Time record label. That's Norman Thrasher on lead. Ain't Going to Cry No More is the name of the tune. They got a number of rare 45's on JVB, Coral, Red Robin, Deluxe, all very hard to find. And of course, this group would later on record as the Royal Jokers, great records as the Royal Jokers. I have a number of those rare ones too on Red Robin and Deluxe. I'm trying to think if I have the JVB or not. I don't know. I definitely don't have the Coral. I think I have it on the 78 if I'm not mistaken. I got to check. Maybe I did feature it on the 78 show. This is actually the third show I do for the week on Wednesday nights right here on YouTube and also on Oldies and More Radio. I do a soul show from 9 p.m. to midnight with a little bit of overtime. So they're all soul records. If you like soul music, you need to tune into that show. And then just last Thursday at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, just on YouTube, I do a 78 show. That show has exploded with listeners, and I play the music chronologically on that show, as I do here. So you hear how the music progresses as, well, how it develops. Let's call it develop. Let's not say progresses. As it develops. So this is like kind of like a history lesson. And I don't know why YouTube doesn't, I should say instead of entertainment, it should be more of a history lesson. Plus you get a little bit of backdrop on how I got these records and the people in my life that I've dealt with all my life buying these records through the years. Let's continue now. And let's fill a request for listener Mike Sape. He wants, in Connecticut, he's in our YouTube chat, and he wants to send this one out to Lenny G and Rob B as Billy Ward and the Dominoes return. This one from April 1954. We go back to Sid Nathan's Federal record label. And you heard Clyde McPhatter on that Heart to Heart. Well, the other lead of the group actually kind of took over when Clyde McPhatter went over to be the lead singer of the Drifters, is Jackie Wilson. He basically replaced Clyde after he left. And I think this was the first record that they put out with Jackie on. No, I take it back. The first record that Jackie did on lead was at Christmas in Heaven. Christmas in Heaven, that came out on King Records in November of '53. And then I think the next one was possibly Until the Real Thing Comes Along, and this was the third. It features Jackie Wilson on lead. Billy Ward and his Dominoes are back from April '54 on Federal. By request from Mike Sape, sending it out, dedicating it to Lenny G and Rob B. It's called I'm Gonna Move to the Outskirts of Town.
Oh, I'm gonna move way out to the outskirts of town. Oh, I'm gonna move way out to the outskirts of town. Well, I don't want nobody who always hanging around. I'm gonna tell you, baby, he's gonna move away from here. Now he don't want no ice, man. I'm gonna get me a Frigidaire. That's why I'm gonna move way out to the outskirts of town. Well, I don't want nobody who always hanging around. Hanging seem funny, honey, as funny as it can be. If that boy has any children, I want them all to look like me. That's why I'm gonna move way out to the outskirts of town. Well, I don't want nobody
April 1954, another bluesy sound there, that time with Billy Ward and his Dominoes with the great Jackie Wilson on lead. That's a song entitled I'm Gonna Move to the Outskirts of Town. That's on Sid Nathan's Federal Records. That's my request from Mike Sabe going out to Lenny and Rob. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show as one of my fourth top market after it's US, UK, Canada. I think the next one is Australia. Here's a request for Australian listener Mike Langdale as we go back to Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records and for the Carnations. Now, I played the flip side of this for Mark a couple weeks ago. Actually, I missed his email because he said, Johnny G, can you play the flip side of the Carnations record? But I played the ballad side called The Angels Sent You to Me, a tune written by Louis Van Dyke, who also wrote the flip side. Now, let me see. What do I have here? This is from September 1955. This is by request for Mark Langdale in Australia. The Carnations on Savoy. It's called Nighttime is the Right Time. That's for Mark in Australia.
Oh, the nighttime is the right time. Oh, nighttime is the right time. Best time for love in the middle of the night. Yes, in the middle of the night. When I hold my baby tight. Oh, in the middle of the night. When I treat my baby right. She wouldn't have to worry. In the middle of the night. 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 Wouldn't have to worry. Oh, one this morning wouldn't be long. Look for me and I'll be gone. Talk to me, baby, while I hold your hand. Tell me, baby, I'm your loving man in the middle of the night. When I hold my baby tight, wouldn't have to worry. In the middle of the night. Time, or the best time for love in the middle of night. Middle of night, middle of night, middle of night, middle of night. Wouldn't worry in the middle of night. Oh, the night time, right time, all daytime is a playtime. Or the best time for loving in the love night.
That's a cool jump tune there by request from Mark Langdale in Australia. Those are the Carnations from September 55 on Savoy Records. Nighttime is the Right Time is the name of the tune. That's the same group that recorded for the Enrica label in 1959. I think this group is also related to the Gaylords, a.k.a. the Imperials, that recorded for Savoy Records, as the one common member was Louis Van Dyke. And he does lead on the Imperials song My Darling, which I think I played on the 78 show, if I'm not mistaken. And he also did lead on the, I think that's him too, by the way, on this flip side here. But maybe it's not. I don't know. But anyway, there you go. That's a cool up jump for Mark in Australia as we continue here in the year 1955. And let's fill a request for Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat as we go to Glen Cove, Long Island for this next group. It's their debut single. Came out on Al Silver's Herald label. And the group is called the Sunbeams. The Sunbeams. Both sides of this 45 co-written by pianist arranger Howard Biggs. It features Bobby Lee Hollis on lead from March 55. For Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room, the Sunbeams on Herald. It's called Tell Me Why.
Oh, no, no. Oh, no.
So, and now you say you have to go. Tell me I gave you love with all my heart. Now you say we have to part. Tell me why. And ran away. Tell me why.
That's a great tune there. That's by request for listener Frank Gingaro, the Sunbeams there from March 1955. That's their debut single, Al Silver's Herald Records. And that is Bobby Lee Hollis on lead. Tell Me Why is the name of the tune. And they got a killer record that came out on Acme Records. Please Say You'll Be Mine, with a different lead singer. That was my number one vote for the 1957 Relic Survey, that record by the Sunbeams. I was lucky to get a copy from Ken Thompson. I bought it. I think he charged me, $400 for that record. Many. I mean, it's not mint, but it's okay, I guess, because it's really a hard record. This one this one's a little easier to get, but not that easy. I bought this from, they used to have a big auction out in California. I can't think of the name, but I didn't like it because they tacked on 10% to your winnings. I don't like that extra, just like I don't like to pay sales tax on these used 45s. I babble on. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and let's fill a request for Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat. It's a flip side request, as last week I played Lillian, Leach, and the Mellows for listener Chris Reed. The group was from the Bronx, New York. Chris requested Lovable Lily. Daryl Letts requested The Flip. It's a great two-sider. Their fourth release on Joe Davis's JD record label from August 55. The Mellows on JD for Daryl. It's called Yesterday's Memories.
Yesterday's memories. I keep thinking of yesterday's memories. I hope you'll come back to me and say, darling, I was wrong. Start it over again. First you lie, then you cry,
and give me a song and a dance.
oh my darling, how I love you. You leave me standing in a trance. Oh, now you are gone, leaving me with yesterday's memories. I wish I could say to you, my dear, take back your yesterday's memories. Oh, now you are gone, leaving me with yesterday's memories. I wish I could say to you, my dear, take back your yesterday's memories.
Yesterday's
That's the sound of Lillian, Leach, and the Mellows by request for Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. August 1955 release. The Mellows on Joe Davis's JD record label, Yesterday's Memories. I remember buying that. Went to, I used to, the county center here in Westchester County used to have a record show just about every other month. No more, though. I forget, what was his name? I think his last name was Gudaleski, I think, that ran those shows. And he would be there with his father setting up. And Chris Ciccone would come up from Long Island with his wife Phyllis. And I would see Rich Chris would show up there at that show. And Rich was always talking to Chris a lot. And I guess maybe doing a deal or whatnot. And then when Mike Demersion ended up coming to the show, and his prices were much less than Chris's, then Chris never came to the show anymore. I don't know what happened, but it was unfortunate. Chris passed away, though. But I still talk to Phyllis from time to time. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and fill a request for listener Julian McCroy. Now, not only do I collect vocal group harmony records, I collect blues records too. Not so much the really expensive blues stuff, but if it was on a label that I collect, like Checker, I would pick those records up all the time. Now, of course, if I had a choice between, getting one of my favorite group records, I would pick that versus going for a very expensive blues record. But I did pick them up, lots of them, during the years of my collecting. I was in high school when I started this whole thing. And this is blues artist from Aloka, Oklahoma, first recording back in 51 for the Swing Time record label. I think releases on Aladdin and also in Hollywood, on Hollywood label. Then he signed with Leonard Chess's Checker label, had 15 releases on the Checker label, and Julian requested his second, and it's a song he wrote. Let's go to March of 55 for Lowell Fulson with an N. On Checker Records, it's called Loving You, parentheses, is All I Crave. This is for Julian.
Loving you, that is all I crave. Loving you, babe, is all I crave. You know you're the only one can make me happy all my days. Well, I love you, baby, with tears all in my eyes. You know I love you, baby, with tears all in my eyes. Well, I would do anything I know just to make you satisfied. If I had $1 million, baby, I'll tell you what I would do. Yes, if I had $1 million, baby, let me tell you what I would do. I will give you $1 million just to keep on loving you. Your love is sweeter than honey, baby, the heart is pure as gold. Yes, your love is sweeter than honey, baby. You know your heart is pure as gold. And every time you kiss me, baby, satisfy my soul.
Well, that's Chicago sax in the background there. That's Lowell Fulson there by request for Julian McCroy, March 1955 release. It's on the Checker record label out of Chicago. Loving You, parentheses, is all I crave. Listening to Johnny G is all you should crave. Thank you all for being here for a Saturday evening. Hope you're digging on the music. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy what you're hearing. Also consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it here as we continue here for a Saturday night. And we play a flip side request here. But actually, last week I played a request for Big Dave Swinger by the Mellow Harps out of Brooklyn, New York. their first release on the Tin Pan Alley label called I Love Only You. And that side featured Vernon Staley on lead with the high falsetto. Now, listener Daniel Kubacki and Daryl Letts, both in our YouTube chat room, asked for the flip side here. And this B-side or flip side features second tenor of the group, Joe Gowder, who he is on lead. And this is from December 55, the Mellow Harps on Tin Pan Alley. This is for Daniel and for Daryl. It's called Ain't Got the Money.
Ain't got the money, ain't got no time. Ain't got nothing at all. I'll tell you something, I've plenty of. I've got plenty of love. Ain't got the money, ain't got no time. Ain't got nothing at all. I'll tell you something, I've plenty of. I've got plenty of love. I went to the bank to make a loan. The clothes I wore weren't my own. Had to pawn my watch to get home. Ain't got the money, no time. Ain't got nothing at all, but I've got plenty of love. Check, check the bar. 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 But I've got plenty of love. I went to the bank to make a loan. The clothes I wore weren't my own. Had to pawn my watch to get home. Ain't got money, no time. Ain't got nothing at all, but I've got plenty of love.
December 1955 release there for the Mellow Harps. Mellow Harps on the Tin Pan Alley record label. Ain't Got the Money is the name of the tune. That's going out to a Daryl Letts and a Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat. And sometimes Johnny G ain't got the money to buy some of these records, so I have to call my broker and tell him I need to invest in another collectible, is what I tell him, because he gives me a problem. He shouldn't be giving me a problem, because I recently bought some expensive 45's, but I tell him, I said, look, I'm just transferring into another, it's an investment, and he was like, how can I make money? I said, you don't make money for me. But maybe he does a little bit. But anyway, sometimes we ain't got the money. That is for sure. Let us continue here in 1955, and let's fill another request for listener Mark Langdale in Australia. Now, this group is from Harlem, New York. They were managed by Hiram Johnson. He was the brother of band leader Buddy Johnson and would be the future owner of Johnson Records. I don't know how good of a job he did, but the group included Frank Edwards as tenor, Buddy Carlisle second tenor, Melvin Flood baritone, Tommy Great the bass, and the lead singer, his name is Jackie Rue. Now, Jackie Rue would later become lead singer of Jackie and the Starlights, with all that crying and such that he did on his records. I think he does it on his second record. I don't think he does it on this one, though. But they signed with Sid Nathan's King label. They had 2 releases on the label. This was their first. Now, Mark actually requested both sides of this 45, so we're going to give a listen to one of the sides this week. Now, there were many memorials at the time in early 1955 for the recently deceased Johnny Ace. You know, that he died from a gunshot wound, self-inflicted gunshot wound. And there were a bunch of groups and singers that paid tribute in song, and this was one of them. It features Jackie Rue on lead. Let's go to February of 1955 for Mark Langdale in Australia, the 5 Wings on King. It's called Johnny Has Gone.
Johnny has gone to his heaven above, but his songs linger on, filled with tender love. When he sang my song, pledging his love, an angel was listening and called him above. The clock is standing still since he has gone away. I'll cross my heart until I hear his voice someday. So Johnny, my dear, I want you to know I'll never forget you, never let you go. The clock is standing still since you have gone away. I'll cross my heart until I hear his voice someday. So Johnny, my dear, I want you to know I'll never forget you, never let you go. I'll never let you go.
There you go. That's going out to Mark Langdale in Australia. The 5 Wings there. 5 Wings with Jackie Rue, not LaRue, Timothy. Jackie Rue on lead, February 1955. Johnny Has Gone. It's on the King record label. Who did that? Veretta Dillard did that too, I think. There you go. That's for Mark Langdale. Let us continue here as we move into 1956 now with a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani. He wants to send this one out to Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, and also to Mike Sape in the YouTube chat room. This group from Newark, New Jersey, named after a brand of battery called Ray-O-Vac. Anybody ever use Ray-O-Vac batteries? I don't know. They first recorded for Decca Records back in 1950. I have featured them on the 78 show, by the way. And they have releases on Jubilee and Josie. And they did 2 for Kay Williams' Kaiser label out of Philadelphia. This was their first, written by the lead singer, or co-written by the lead singer. His name is William Walker. This arranged by Howard Biggs. This also came out on the Atco label, I think sometime in 57, but originally released in November 56 on Kaiser, and that's how I have it for Indrajit Advani in the UK. Sending it out to Darren and Mike Sape. The Ray-O-Vacs with Party Time. It's a rockin' tune, man. You're going to wear you out dancing to that tune there. Those are the Ray-O-Vacs there. That's a William Walker on lead. That's a by request for Indrajit Advani in the UK, going out to a Darren who likes that tune, and also to Mike Sape in Connecticut. The Ray-O-Vacs from November 56. Party Time on the Kaiser record label. It's a party every Saturday night right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. If you have a request, please send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact number or email address for your host, Johnny G. I hope you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and click that bell so you get notifications when Johnny G goes live. It's our third show of the week. I'll be back on Wednesday night here on YouTube and also on Oldies and More Radio beginning at 9 p.m. for Soul 45's out of my collection. And then the 78 show is not next week. It's the week after, as I'll be a year older too, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, let us continue here. And let's fill a request for Chris Reed as we go to Jamaica, Queens for this group. We go to B. Caslin's Hull record label. It's their third of four, a tune written by William Henry Miller and the lead singer of the group. His name is James Shepard. It's with Al Brown and the orchestra. This was a number 4 record on WILY, if you were listening in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, from May 56. The Heartbeats on Hull for Chris Reed. It's called People Are Talking.
People are talking, saying that you and I are through, say it isn't true. Tell me why. Please tell me why. Oh, tell me why. Do you treat me like you do? God meant it to be our love, no one can subdue. God gave me one heart. They said I was a fool to give my heart to you. People are talking, saying that you and I are through. Say it's true.
Yes, God meant it to be our love, no one can subdue. Yes, God gave me one heart to give my heart to you.
People are talking, saying that you and I are through. Say it's true. Say it's true. Say it's true.
Well, those are the Heartbeats there by request for Chris Reed from May 1956. Their third of 4 on the Hull record label. People Are Talking is the name of the tune. People are talking about Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. Will you steer them right? Here on a Saturday evening beginning at 9 p.m., 9 to midnight right here. Also on YouTube and Oldies and More Radio. Let's continue here. Let's fill a request for James Stone. He was in our YouTube chat. He might still be there lingering about, but we go back to Charlotte, North Carolina for this group, the Four Knights. First recording back in 1945, I think, for the Decca record label. They signed with Capitol Records in 1951. They had 35 releases on the Capitol label, and you may know their biggest hit from 1954, a song called I Get So Lonely. But James requested their 33rd release. It features Gene Alford on lead. This is with Frankie Carlson, the Frankie Carlson Sextet. Let's go to July of 1956, the Four Knights on Capitol Records for James Stone. It's called Don't Depend on Me.
Don't depend on me to still be yours. me free, but not before the night after never did. I'd gladly swap how much I love you for the moon and stars. I'd gladly stop dreaming of you if the earth moved to Mars. Don't depend on me to give you more than all my heart and soul. Darling, honestly, I'll just adore you till I lose control. Well, I swear that I'll be true by heaven up above, but don't depend on me for more than everlasting love. Well, I'll swear, yes, I swear that I'll be true. Oh, I'll be true by heaven up above. Darling, don't depend on me for more than everlasting love.
And that's a great tune. I never played that here on the program before. There you go, The Four Nights by request for James Stone in our YouTube chat room. That's July 56. That's a Gene Alfred on lead on the Capitol label. Don't Depend on Me is the name of the tune, but you can depend on Johnny G on a Saturday evening right here on YouTube and Oldies and More Radio, so please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. As we continue here, up next, a special request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room, as today, August 24th, would have been the 95th birthday for Willie Winfield of the Harptones. He passed away on July 27th, 2021 at the age of 91. And from people who knew him personally, as Gordy did, there was no other that had the love of his audience like Willie did. And such an amazing talent, but his kindness and generosity to his fans with his time was even more amazing. So I'll be featuring 3 songs tonight as suggested by Gordy, and which would mark what would have been Willie's 95th birthday. So let's give a listen to the Harptones now. This is their second of 3 they did on George Golner's Rama label, as Rama went from blue to red. I forget when it changed, but it did. But anyway, we send this. This is a request for listener Gordy Freeman in memory of the great Willie Winfield, November 56. The Harptones on Rama with the tune "The Masquerade Is Over."
Your eyes don't shine like they used to shine, and the thrill is gone when your lips meet mine. I'm afraid the masquerade is over, and so is love. Your
Yes, November 1956 release there for the Harptones, Willie Winfield on lead. That's their second of three for George Golner's Rama record label. Their rendition of the tune The Masquerade is Over by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat in memory of Willie Winfield. Would have been his 95th birthday today. And we have two others coming up later on in the program. Actually, in the next block, I have one, and then I have one I put it in the 1961 block. But let's continue here in 1956 and fill a request for listener Joe Shacatano, who is under the weather tonight, and he is not in our chat room, but he is tuned in to the program. We say hi to Joe Shacatano. Now, he requested this group that formed on the USS Noble, was an attack transport ship back in 1952. Now, the group included Moses Walker, first tenor, Jerry Speed, second tenor, baritone, and alto, Elroy Coleman, bass, and lead singer Henry Houston. Collectively, they were known as the Raindrops. Now, after Henry Houston's discharge from the service, he sang with the Preston Loves Orchestra. That was in 1955. Teamed up with Paella DeSanto, a.k.a. Sugar Pie DeSanto. I think I played their record not too long ago on the Federal label. But wait a minute, then I lost here. And in late 56, Henry Houston would sign with his group to Nick Therry's Spin It label, which is out of California, and record this tune requested by Joe Shacatano, December 58 release. Let's give a listen to the Raindrops on Spin It Records, Spin It 104 for Joe. It's called I Found, in parentheses, Heaven in Love for Joe Shacatano.
You gave me the key to open heaven's door.
I found heaven and love. And a dream became reality. The darkness is gone. I found my destiny. I found heaven in love, and the world became as a rose, so real and true. And in your eyes it shows. I touch your hand, and a dream was born. I fell for your charm. I'll always love you forever, 'cause heaven is in your arms. I found heaven and love. Now that I'm yours, you gave me the key to open heaven's doors. Open the door. I touch your hand, and a dream was born. I fell for your charm. I'll always love you forever, 'cause heaven is in your arms. I found heaven and love. Now that I'm yours, you gave me the key to open heaven's doors. Open the door.
Liking that one there in the YouTube chat room. Those are the Raindrops. Henry Houston on lead with the Raindrops. December 56 on the Spin It label, I Found Heaven in Love. That's going out to listener Joe Shacatano. And Greg Surik sold me that 45 a long, long time ago. And in 1958, Henry Houston would become the lead singer of the Cufflinks that recorded for Dootsy Williams' Duto record label. Johnny G is your disc jockey here on a Saturday. If you have a request, please send it to me. It doesn't have to be requests. It could be anything. DJs love to get emails from the listeners. Vinyltreasures@AOL.com. Let me know that you liked the show tonight. It's very important. So thank you all for being here, and hope you're enjoying the tunes as we are in the 1956 block. We stay out in California with this request for Emnon. Now, this group first recorded for the Lucky label in 1954 as the Marbles. They had one release on that label. They would then sign with the R&B label and change their name to the Jewels. And then also they would record for Imperial Records, and then lastly for the Bahari Brothers RPM record label. And that's one that I am featuring, the song written by the lead singer of this group. His name is Johnny Torrance. We go to September of 1956. This is by request for listener Emnon, the Jewels on RPM. It's called, if somebody can tell me what this means, please do. It's called B, the letter B, B-Bomb Baby for Emnon.
Heard about H-bomb, you heard about B-bomb, but I got a baby, call her the B-bomb, my B-bomb baby, yeah, yeah, baby, my B-bomb baby. I love my baby with all my heart, my B-bomb baby, and I would never part. My B-bomb baby, yeah, yeah, baby, my B-bomb baby. She not too sharp, she not too tall. My B-bomb baby tops them all. My B-bomb baby, yeah, baby, my B-bomb baby. She not too tall. My B-bomb baby tops them all. My B-bomb baby, woo, baby, my B-bomb
There you go. That's going out to a listener Emnon there. The sound of the Jewels, Johnny Torrance and the Jewels. That one there on the Bahari Brothers RPM record label, September 56 release, B-Bomb Baby. Hopefully Johnny G having a bomb show, a bomb, what do they call it, the bomb? I hope my show is a bomb tonight. Not bombing out, of course. Hopefully not. But let's move into 1957 now as we go to Philadelphia with a B-side here for a listener, Tom Watcher. This group included Frank Maffey, Joseph Terry, David White, and lead singer Danny Rapp. And collectively they were known as Danny and the Juniors. Now this is their debut single. It first came out locally in Philadelphia on Artie Singer's Singular label. Then when Dick Clark started playing the A-side of this record, called At the Hop. The song really started taking off. And again, it would be picked up by ABC Paramount for national distribution. But Tom requested the flip side, a tune written by group member David White, and I think is Madera on? No, Johnny Madera did not write this side. This is from October of 1957. If you have this on the ABC Paramount label, you probably have the longer title called Sometimes parentheses When I'm All Alone. But it first came out on the singular label with one word, a song called Sometimes. So here's Danny and the Juniors for Tom Watcher with Sometimes on the singular label.
Sometimes when I'm all alone, feeling kind of low, you come round to cheer me up because you love me so.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That's going out to listener Tom Watcher from October 57. That's the first label, Singular Records. I'm sure many of you have this on the ABC Paramount label. That's Danny Rapp on lead, Danny and the Juniors with Sometimes. I mean, At the Hop is like an okay record, but they got great harmony on that side, I have to say. Is for many times that I've heard that record on the oldie shows back in the early 1970s. Johnny G is your host, disc jockey for a Saturday evening. You're listening to the Vinyl Treasure Show. Hope you're liking what you're hearing. Give me a thumbs up if you do as we continue here. And last week I played a request for Adrian Viterbo by the Little Beats on the Mercury label from July of 1957 called Someone for Me. Adrian also requested the flip side of the 45 as well as Tom Shaughnessy in Florida. So let's flip it over here before we file it back down in the No Humidity basement. July 57, the Little Beats. And they were little, folks. It's on the Mercury label. It's called Love is True for Adrian and Tom Shaughnessy.
Love
I never knew until I looked at you. That's why feeling blue, love is true. Love is true. Ooh, you knock me right off my feet. That's why I love you so. Love is true. Love is true. I don't have the right to feel this way about you. Can't help myself or feel the way I do. Don't have the right to feel this way about you. Can it be true that you love me too? Love is true. I never knew until I looked at you. That's why I love you so. Love is true. Love is true. Feel the way I do. Don't have the right to feel this way about you. Can it be true that you love me too? Love is true. I never knew until I looked at you. That's why I love you so. Love is true. 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 Ooh, love is true.
Kitty Leeds here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That's going out to Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. He's listening down in Mexico, and also Tom Shaughnessy in Florida, July 57, The Little Beats. The Little Beats on Mercury Records, Love is True is the name of the tune. A group discovered by A&R chief Bob Shad. He was working for Mercury Records at the time, and he discovered them and signed them to a contract, but I think they only had one release on the label. Let us continue here for a Saturday evening, and we fill a request for listener Mike Sape. He wants to send this one out to a bunch of people. Wants to send it out to Reed King, Bob Hannis, and Big Dave Swinger as Billy Ward and his Dominoes return. This one from July of 1957. It's we go back to Sid Nathan's Federal record label. Let me just check something on here. Supposedly, this song was originally 3 minutes long, but they said it's too long, we got to shorten it. So they shortened it to 2 minutes and 15 seconds when they released it in July of 57. And it's their 20th release on the Federal label, written by Billy Ward. And it features the great Jackie Wilson on lead. From July 57, Billy Ward and his Dominoes on Federal. Requested by Mike Sape in Connecticut for Big Dave Swinger, Reed King, and Bob Hannis. It's called One Moment with You.
I would gladly give my all just to find a garden wall lend me one sweet moment with you. One moment with you. I would hold you in my arms, and I'd tell you of your charms. If heaven would send me one sweet moment with you. One moment with you. I love you so.
that you always stay so far from me, though you say it cannot be. Still I think I'll wait and see if someday you give me one sweet moment with you. Moment with you.
Wow, I've never played that on the program before. That is a great request, Mike. There you go. Billy Ward and the Dominoes featuring the great Jackie Wilson on lead by request for Mike Sape in Connecticut in our YouTube chat. I'm sending it out to Bob Hannis, Reed King, and Big Dave Swinger from July 57. One Moment with You is the name of the tune that's on the Federal Record banner. We stay in 1957. Fill a request for Australian listener Liam Walden. He requested this group that attended Hempstead High School in Hempstead, New York, and it's on Al Silver's Ember record label. Now, this tune co-written by the lead singer of the group. His name was Henry Williamson. And this is, the group was called the Colonials. The Colonials. This is from April 57, going out to Liam. The Colonials on Ember. It's called Can't Stand to Lose You for Liam.
Darling, darling, don't say we're through. I can't stand losing you.
Yes, I'll love you till the end of time. Yes, and I want you to never be behind no other one. My love is only for you, and no one else will do. For my darling, I can't stand to lose you. I know I was wrong to overplay my hand, but now I'm sorry, and I hope you understand the way I feel. My love is only for you, and no one else will do. For my darling, I can't stand to lose you.
Darling, I know I was wrong, my darling, to overplay. Yes, to overplay my hand. But now, my darling, I am sorry, and I hope you'll understand
The way I feel, my love is only for you, and no one else will do. For my darling, I can't stand to lose you. No, 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 no. I can't stand to lose you.
Wow, you listeners giving me great requests tonight. Those are the Colonials by request For Liam Walden in Australia, April 1957, Can't Stand to Lose You is the name of the tune. That's on Al Silver's Ember Records, and that featured Henry Williamson on lead. Henry Williamson also sang lead with the Sunbeams, and I think Gordy mentioned it on the Acme label, Please Say You'll Be Mine, a great record that they do. Johnny G here, spinning my 45s. We continue here in 1957. We fill a request for listener Gordy Freeman. We continue to remember the late Willie Winfield on what would have been his 95th birthday today. This is the group's third release for George Gollner's Rama record label, and I played the Royals version of this on Federal on the from March 53 on the June 7th All 78 show. But here's a version as done by Willie Winfield and the Harptones by request for Gordy Freeman, February 57 on Rama Records, the Harptones with their rendition of the tune, The Shrine of Saint Cecilia, in memory of Willie Winfield.
Is of shambles, all I treasured is gone. The town seemed deserted, everyone so forlorn. A star came from up above, but somehow it missed the shrine of Saint Cecilia. The bell in the chapel doesn't ring anymore. The clock in the steeple don't tell time as before. But up on the hillside there's a place, heaven bless, the shrine of Saint Cecilia. By her side, it seems so peaceful there. I kneel in my solitude and silently pray that heaven will protect you, dear, and there'll come a day the storm will be over and we'll all meet again at the shrine of Saint Cecilia. I kneel in my solitude and silently pray that heaven will protect you, dear, and there'll come a day the storm will be over and we'll all meet again at the shrine of Saint
That's by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. That's Willie Winfield and the Harptones on George Gollner's Rama record label, their rendition of the tune The Shrine of Saint Cecilia from February 1957. That's their third release on the Rama record label as we pay tribute to the late Willie Winfield. That would have been his 95th birthday today. One more song coming up by him later in the program. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasures show with a flip side request. Actually requested, I played the I played the flip side last week. This group out of Chicago on Leonard Allen State's record label for Daniel Kubacki. They were known as the Strollers, and he requested the tune In Your Dreams. Daniel also requested the flip side. I think Charlene Darrell requested this side too, if I'm not mistaken. I asked you, didn't hear back, I don't know, but let's play it anyway for Darrell too. May 1957 for Daniel and Darrell, the Strollers on the States label. This is with Lefty Bates and his orchestra. The Strollers with Go Where Baby Lives.
I wanna go, go, go where my baby lives. I wanna go where my baby lives. They say she lives up on a hill, and I hope that she lives there still. They say the baby's mine, I want her to be mine. I've got to go, she's got to know. I wanna know where my baby lives. I wanna know where my baby stays. They say she lives about a mile from town, and she stays home alone each day. My baby's never been kissed, woo, all of that girl is missed. I've got to go, she's got to know. I got up the nerve one day, woo, I stopped at her place, and I knocked on my door. No one had been there before, and when she opened the door, it was like nothing before. I love her so, more than she knows. I wanna go, she's got to know. Yes, I wanna go where my baby goes. I wanna do what my baby. I love my baby so. Never let her go. I wanna go. She's got to know. I wanna go where my baby lives. I wanna go where my baby lives. They say she lives up on a hill, and I hope that she lives there still. They say the baby's mine, I want her to be mine. I've got to go, she's got to know. I've got to go, she's got to know. I love her so, that ain't no joke. Had to go.
That's the sound of Chicago here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. You know, if you played a record, didn't tell me where it was, or and you asked me where you thought it was from, I can pick out that as a definite sound of Chicago. That is by the Strollers, as requested by Daniel Kubacki and also Darrell Letts. Yes, May 1957 on Leonard Allen's States record label. Go Where Baby Lives is the name of the tune. Let's move into 1958 and let's play a request now for listener Ronnie Sherman. And really, we want to say belated happy birthday wishes to Ronnie Sherman. It was his birthday on... He sent me an email with his request, and I didn't read it. And he told me that Thursday was his birthday. I would have definitely announced it on the Thursday 78 show. I want to wish, hopefully, Ronnie Sherman had a great birthday. A happy birthday to Ronnie. And... he requested this a great tune out of Baltimore, Maryland. This singer out of Baltimore, Maryland, he was the lead singer of the Honey Boys that recorded for the Modern record label. And I played the flip side of this last week. Who requested this? Charlene. Who requested this flip side last week? As I got to check my notes. Charlene doesn't have it here. But... his name, his alias that he's using here is Johnny Darling, but his real name is Calvin Kaki Colette. And This is an uncredited vocal group backing him up on this. They are the Swallows, and he recorded with that Swallows group, later releases on the Federal label, but this is on Sid Nathan's sister label, Deluxe Records, from July 58 for Ronnie Sherman, Johnny Darling, a.k.a. Calvin Colette, on Deluxe Records. It's called I Don't Want to Wind Up in Love. This is for Ronnie.
Won't you please take your arms from around me? Won't you please take your lips away? Darn that moon, darn that tune, sung by angels above. I just don't want to wind up in love. Won't you let me get myself together? 'Cause your kiss has me so afraid, and the gleam in your eyes tells me what you're thinking of, and I don't want to wind up in love. 'Cause I've seen lovers come and go, and they always wind up the same, broken hearted. That's why I want no part of the game. Stay away, I'm afraid of your magic. It does nothing but give me a shove. Pity me, can't you see my poor heart's in misery? 'Cause I don't want to wind up in love. I don't want to wind up in love.
That's going out to a Ronnie Sherman. Belated birthday wishes to Ronnie Sherman there. July 1958, Johnny Darling, a.k.a. Calvin Khaki Colette, on lead there with the uncredited Swallows backing him up. I Don't Want to Wind Up in Love is the name of the tune. On Deluxe Records, Sid Nathan's Deluxe record label. Now, somebody requested Baseball Baby, but Charlene doesn't have it here. She didn't probably remember that I played that last week, but I did. But anyway, let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. One more out of the year 1958. Let's send, this is a request for listener Tommy Albergo. Now, he told me that he mentioned that he has both the 45 and the 78 on this. I would love to hear the 78 on this next record. This group out of Brooklyn, New York, and this is actually my favorite song by this group on Thomas Robinson's Angletone record label. The first time I heard this was I went to a Montvale, New Jersey record show, and it was the first time I met Eric Ashton, and he was selling records at the time, and I bought a few from him, I think, and that's when records were like $8 and $9 and $10. So I didn't know anything about this record, but he was playing it on like one of those small little Victrolas there, or little, those portable things, and I liked the record, and he said it's for sale. I think he sold it to me for $8. Not this copy, but another copy that had something wrong with it. But all these copies of this song play not well. They sound better with a 78 needle. So I got two records tonight that sound better with a 78 needle. So if you saw me playing around here with that needle, that's because I switched it to the 78 needle. But this is my favorite song by this group on Thomas Robinson's Angletone Records, and I have this both on stock and promo, I guess, because I'm a completist. The tune written by the lead singer of the group, his name is Lloyd Davis, and this is by request for Tommy Albergo, May 58, the Phi-Tones, although they forgot to put the S on the label. It says Phi-Tone. I posted it up on my YouTube page. My Facebook page. The Phi-Tones on Angletone, a song entitled You'll Be the Last for Tommy Albergo.
Some people search for love all their lives, not knowing when it comes along. But darling, you're the one I desire. I know with you I can't be wrong. You know I've had other loves many times in the past, and though you're not the first I've loved, darling, you'll be the last. I've been a fool, such a fool, taking life much too fast. And though you're not the first I've loved, darling, you'll be the last. I'm sure that you know all that I've been through, and darling, my past will show how much I've needed someone like you. I never want to escape from the spell that you cast, and though you're not the first I've loved, darling, you'll be the last. I swear, my darling, you'll be the last.
As by request for Tommy Albergo, the sound of the Phi-Tones there. That's Lloyd Davis on lead. That's the tune he wrote from May of 1958 on the Angletone record label. You'll Be the Last is the name of it. It was funny hearing him blast. He was singing to the record, but overpowering the record. I guess he had a good voice too. He was an actor also, by the way. But yeah, that I'm talking about Eric Ashton. Anyway, there you go, Tommy. Great tune. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's move into 1959 now. Fill a request for listener Bob Hannis. Now, he would like to dedicate this tune to both Mike Sape in Connecticut and Joe Shacatano, who is under the weather tonight. And this group formed at Trade Technical College in Los Angeles, California. That was in 1959. The group included James Tomlin, Herbert Norman, Teddy Forbes, Johnny Johnson, and lead singer William Gardner. And William previously sang with the Cardells that recorded for the Middletone record label, but this group did two on the Noble label out of California. This is their second and an ultra rare 45 by request for Bob Hannis. This is for Joe Shacatano and Mike Sape, 1959. Let's give a listen to the Tabs on Noble. The song is called Oops.
Oops, to my surprise,
I fell in love with you.
oops, to my surprise,
What else could I do?
to my surprise.
We walked down the aisle.
Oops, to my surprise.
There's heaven in your eyes, darling, when you talk so softly as you walk. I felt I love you. Oh yes, I felt I.
That's from 1959, that group called the Tabs. That's their second release on the Noble record label. Oops is the name of the tune, as requested by Bob Hannis in our YouTube chat room, sending that one out, dedicating that to Mike Sape and Joe Shacatano. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show and fill this request. We go back out to the West Coast and we fill this request for listener William Quigley. He was in our YouTube chat room. He still may be. And the singer on this is a former lead baritone and bass of the Flares. He would leave the group and sign with Max Feartag's Flip record label out of Hollywood, California. His name was Richard Berry. He would have 10 releases on the Flip record label, 3 with different groups like the Pharaohs and the Dreamers and the Lockettes. Now, William requested his 8th release, and the group backing him up on this, they were known as the Pharaohs. And it's a tune that he wrote from November of 1959 by request for William Quigley. Richard Berry and the Pharaohs on the Flip label. It's called Have Love Will Travel for William. There you go. That's going out to William Quigley, the sound of Richard Berry and the Pharaohs. That is their eighth release on the Flip record label from November 59. Have Love Will Travel. Didn't the Sharps do this too on Jamie Records? I think I have a 78 of that. I'll have to, I don't know, maybe it's not the same song. I'll have to check. But I do have a 78 by the Sharps, I think, with a similar name, or maybe it's the same song. If Reed, you can check. I think it is. Anyway, as I lose my mind here. But we are in the year 1959. That's the block we're in. Let's fill a request for listener Big Dave Swinger as we go to Cincinnati, Ohio for this group. You may know their debut single came out on the Note record label. Note Records was Jerry Herman's label out of Indianapolis, Indiana. It was called Every Day of the Week. It's actually a great two-sided 45. Every Day of the Week and I'm So Young. But Big Dave requested the follow-up. Came out, follow-up, and this was picked up by Checker Records, but much later. Because I think the oldies craze with the rejuvenation of in the early 60s created a demand for this music, but it was the group's follow-up to Every Day of the Week, or I'm So Young, you take your pick. From November 1959, it features Leroy King on lead. It's a killer ballad going out to Big Dave, The Students. On the Note label, it's called My Vow to You. That's going out to Big Dave Swinger. Also going to send it out to Tommy Albergo. He likes that tune there. That is Leroy King. Leroy King and the Students. That is their second release. Featured it on the original label Note Records from November 1959. My Vow to You is the name of the tune. My vow to you is to play my original 45s every Saturday from 9 to midnight with some overtime. That is my vow. So if you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com, and please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and tell your friends about this program. This is the third program of the week. Next week I'll be doing two. One on Wednesday night, it's my soul show. So if you like soul records from the mid-19... Well, I do take them from 61, but they're not vocal group harmony, not doo-woppy. They're more soulish or transitional, but into the 1960s and sometimes the early 70s. Leonard Mancini always gives me like 1975 releases that are hard for me to find. They're down in the no humidity basement, buried, but I got thousands and thousands of 45's down in the basement. But my group stuff, a lot of it is filed, not all of it. I still have thousands that are not, but most of it is. But let us continue here in 1959. Fill a request for Ronnie Sherman. A happy belated birthday, Ronnie, as he requested a great girl group. They first recorded we had releases on Baton and J&S. They were managed by Zell Sanders. Now, Zell was notorious for leasing out masters, and this is an example of it. I'm talking about the Hearts now, and this was leased out to Argyle Records, and Argyle, who owned Argyle? The same guy that, is it Jack Gold, I think, that owned both the Pilgrim and the Pilgrim label, I think. Yeah, this is a subsidiary of Pilgrim Records. I think it was Jack Gold, if I'm not mistaken. But she leased it out to the owner of Pilgrim Records, and he put it out like on this Argyle label, which previously had reissues. Stuff on the... Who do I have on there? Who was that artist that sang on the Rhythm label? Oh, single artist, as I lose my mind. But anyway, the lead singer on this, her name is Louise Murray, and they're really the Hearts, but Louise Murray is the lead singer, but she took her mother's name on this. She was known on the label as Ina Louise, but AKA Louise Murray. And this is not an easy record to find, and it's on styrene, and I hate styrene 45's, I do, but it's a great two-sider. This one from January 59 for Ronnie Sherman, Ina Louise, and the Hearts on Argyle Records. It's called A Prisoner to You for Ronnie.
To
Wow, Copyright Police came out on that song. Amazing, isn't it, folks? There you go. That is, those are the Hearts with Ina Louise, a.k.a. Louise Murray on lead, January 1959. It's on the Argyle record label. That is going out to listener Ronnie Sherman. Promise to You is the name of the tune. Let us continue here. And one more in the year 1959. We fill a request for listener Timothy as we go back to Brooklyn, New York. And I'm sure many of you know this group. They had this was a national hit for this group. And they had other releases that charted too, like I Only Want You, This Is My Love, and Gloria, and others. But this was their first release, their first of 5 on Soul Winky's Oticon record label. And the lead singer on this, his name is Jimmy Gallagher. Let's hope the Copyright Police don't come out on this one. Because they're out. This is going out to Timothy from July 59. Let's give a listen to The Passions on Oticon Records. The song is called Just to Be With You for Timothy. That's going out to Timothy, the sound of Jimmy Gallagher and the Passions there from July 1959. That is their first of 5 on the Oticon record label, Just to Be With You. They're out of Brooklyn, New York. Now, there are no Copyright Police on that one, and thank you for the... Oh, now they're back. They're either delayed. I think they're delayed, so they're probably on that record now. I don't know. I just hope they don't shut me down, because that would be a disaster. Because if I get too many copyrights in a row, they will do that. But let us continue in here. Let's go into 1960. Fill a request for Gary Hendren in Alabama. Now, last week I played the wrong side for Gary. I apologize for that. Charlene doesn't know how that happened. I don't either. But I featured this group from Upper Darby, Pennsylvania, called Farrell and the Flames, on the Franzel record label with You'll Be Sorry, but that wasn't the side that Gary really wanted. He wanted this side that I'm playing from April of 1960. Again, I had to change the needle on this, Because I didn't do it last week, and these, I don't know what it is. It's recycled vinyl or whatever it is, that if the needle goes too far into the grooves, it picks up all the impurities, and it's probably recycled vinyl, which is why it sounds so poor. But we're gonna play it with the 78 needle, April 1960 now on Franzel Records, by request for Gary Hendren, Farrell and the Flames, and it's called Dreams and Memories. There you go, by request for a listener. Oh, what'd I do here? I lost my place. There you go. Gary Hendren from April 1960. That's Farrell and the Flames. His real name was Edward J. Finn, but they shortened it, I guess, to Farrell. But that is the better side, too. I agree with you, Gary. Farrell and the Flames from April 1960 on the Franzel, Fransil, Franzel Records. Dreams and Memories is the name of the tune. Let's just, for fun, let me just, so you can hear it. Take this off. Let me put the 45 needle on here and see what it. So let's see how it sounds with the 45 needle, if you think it sounds worse. Here, listen. Listen. What do you think of that? Isn't it worse? See? Same thing with that You'll Be the Last. You got to play it with a 78 needle. Got to say hello to East End Mark in our YouTube chat. He's tuned in the wee hours of the morning over in the UK there. Welcome, Mark. Has been a long-time listener to the program. We welcome Mark into the chat room here as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Now, this label reminds me of my aunt's cigarette packets. Anybody's ever smoked Kool cigarettes out there? I never did. She did. She smoked Kools and she stopped. She stopped. She was smoking she was actually, what she was doing was, and she ruined she ruined her Peanuts by Little Joe and the Thrillers. So what happened was, you know, she used to hang out with her girlfriends. She went to a Sleepy Hollow High School, and she used to hang out with her girlfriends, and they started smoking, and they were smoking Cools, I think, at the time. And I guess it was a big fad. She was class of 61. I think she stood back a year. Actually graduated in 62, but should have been class of 61. So they were smoking, and then she got caught. So my grandfather used to work for General Motors as an inspector. There was a plant in Terrytown, right on the Hudson. They knocked it down. They got all these expensive condos there now. So he was an inspector, and he used to, you know, the kind of inspector they used to inspect with these mitts on. They used to check for the paint job to make sure there wasn't any nicks. So he came home early one day. She was playing records, but she was smoking in the house. So what happened was, when he started to come up the stairs, she didn't know what to do with the cigarette. So she put it between two 45's. You're going to put a lit cigarette between two 45's? Are you kidding? So what it did was, it eventually put the cigarette out, but it melted the groove so it couldn't play. And one of them was, one of the sides, I think it was Peanuts. It was either that or Lily Lou, the flip side. And that was a styrene. I'm sure it damaged the other record. I don't know what it was. I probably broke it. But she got caught smoking. And it was Cools. I remember seeing the pack. And that's what I think of when I see this label. But anyway, we are in the year 1960 now. Let's fill a request for listener Joe Shacatano. This is the debut single for this group from San Antonio, Texas. First recording for Dan Mentura's Cool label, which was out of Houston, Texas. Now, and I told you, when you look at the green lettering and the white, looks like a Cool cigarette carton to me. But all right, Johnny, get through all that. And I mentioned my aunt because she's the one who introduced me to all this music. You know, she used to listen to Alan Freed, Murray the K, all the disc jockeys in the New York area back in the 1950s. Her first record was Earth Angel, so a lot of people, a lot of teenagers, their first record was either G by the Crows or Earth Angel by the Penguins, and then she just continued to buy and buy and buy. And she had a lot of records, like 945's in her and she didn't call it a collection, but she didn't take good care of her records. You know, they used to put those metal inserts that were made up in Chicago, because she didn't have the adapter, and so many records cracked and with the center damage and all that. But she introduced me to all this music. But Joe Shacatano requested this, a song written by Jimmy Lewing, and the lead singer of this group, his name is Sonny Ozuna. And this was a number 2 song on KTSA in San Antonio, Texas, as we fill a request for Joe Shacatano for Sonny and the Sunglows, their first record from July 1960 on Cool Records. It's called Just a Moment for Joe.
Just a moment of your time. Would you be so kind as to give to me just a moment of your time? I'm not asking for an hour, just time enough to say that my love for you grows stronger day by day. Just a moment with you would make all my dreams come
As going out to Joe Shacatano there, the sound of Sonny and the Sunglows. That is Sonny Ozuna on lead from July 1960. That's their debut single. The Copyright Police out on this, too. On the Cool record label, Just a Moment is the name of the tune there, and they also recorded for the San Antonio-based Harlem label. They have tons of singles on the Sunglow label, and also recorded as Sonny and the Sunliners on the Teardrop label. And in 1963, they would have their biggest national hit with a cover of the Little Willie John tune, Talk to Me. And Charlene has 45's also, by the way, but she says she has them, I think, in her closet, but she knows she has, and she used to buy on eBay too at one time. But anyway, I don't buy on eBay anymore. But the Copyright Police are out in full force again, folks. As we continue here in 1960, let's fill a request for two listeners tonight, John Cummins and Casey Hines, as they requested to hear this song by the Coasters. Somebody else requested the Coasters song I played last week too. This is their 15th release on the Atco record label. Tune written by and produced by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, and this is a cover tune. This was first done in October of 1956 by Boogaloo and his Gallant Crew. And well, wait a minute here. Is this written and produced by? Oh, Charlene, it's got wrong info on that. Anyway, this is from September of 1960. Features Billy Guy on lead. This is for John Cummins and Casey Hines, the Coasters on Atco with Shoppin' for Clothes. I might have to do that soon.
I was shopping for a suit the other day and walked into the department store. Stepped on the elevator and told the girl, dry goods flow. When I got off, a salesman come up to me. He said, now what can I do for you? I said, well, go in there and show me all in sport clothes, like you supposed to. He said, well, sure, come on in, buddy, and dig these fabrics we got laid out on the shelf. He said,
pick yourself out one, try it on, stand in the mirror and dig yourself. That suit's pure herringbone.
Yeah, that's a suit I'd like to own.
Buddy, that suit is you.
Yeah, I believe it too. I see for the businessman, you feature the natural shoulder that retail, wholesale is a deal. It's got the custom cuffs and the walking short, he said.
I'm gonna let you have it a steal.
And for the playboy, you have the latest in tweed with the cutaway flap over twice. It's a box back 2-button western model, he said.
Nah, ain't that nice? Them buttons are solid gold.
You made a deal, so
that collar's pure camel hair.
Well, you can just sit there right there on that chair. Now you go back there and you get that paper and let me sign on the dotted line. And I'll make sure I get all my payments in right on time.
Now wait a minute, buddy, let me go back here and do a little checking on you.
Then the man, he come back, he say, I'm sorry, my man, but your
credit didn't go through.
Why, what you mean? Ain't this a shame? My heart's in pain. Pure herringbone.
But that's a suit you'll never own.
Lord have mercy. I got a good job sweeping up every day.
There you go. That's the Coasters there by request for John Cummins and Casey Hines, September 1960. It's on the Atco record label. Shoppin' for Clothes is the name of the tune. Now, that had Billy Guy, and then the bass there, that was Will Dub Jones, and that's King Curtis. He was on the sax, and that explains it here, because I'm reading this, on Charlene has written and produced by Lieber and Stoller, but then now I can understand why this said Glick, because they were sued by Boogaloo and his Gallant Crew. So Kent Harris, he ended up getting the getting the true credit as what Reed said. As Johnny G gets discombobulated like this when I get confused. But anyway, I apologize for being confused, folks. But let's stay in 1960. Let's fill a request for Gary Hendren, this group from Winter Park, Florida. They recorded for the Meridian label, which was out of Winter Park, which was also out of Winter Park, Florida. And the group included Carl Larson on drums, Lonnie Lee on guitar, Jimmy Walter Hopkins on lead guitar, and and he was also the lead singer of the group. And they recorded as Jimmy and the Earthquakes. So Jimmy is Jimmy Walter Hopkins. The backing vocals on this are by someone called the Starfires, and a tune written by Jimmy. This is from November of 1960 for Gary on the Meridian label, Jimmy and the Fabulous Earthquakes with Please Be My Girl.
Say you love me.
That's going out to Gary Hendren in Alabama. That's Jimmy and the Fabulous Earthquakes with Jimmy Walter Hopkins Jr. on lead. November 1960 on the Meridian label, Please Be My Girl is the name of the tune. And in 1963, he recorded as Jimmy Jordan on the Roulette record label, which I have. Yes, that's I think it's called The Grass is Greener on the other side, which is a good record too, by the way. Johnny G here. On a Saturday evening, we are in Vinyl Treasure overtime here, but we're going to finish early here, really, hopefully by the end, by the bottom of the hour. As if anybody wants to gamble on that, they can. But let's continue here. In 1961, we fill a request for listener Paul Michel. This group is out of Brooklyn, New York. They had 2 releases on Gil Snapper's Worthy record label out of New York City, and Paul requested their second release. The group included Stanley Gregg, first tenor, Jimmy Dockett, second tenor, J. Otis Washington, baritone, James Fay on bass, and the lead singer on this, his name is Leroy Braswell, who wrote this tune from September 61 by request for Paul Michel. Here are the Interiors. The Interiors on the Worthy label. It's called Echoes for Paul.
Up on the mountain, down in the valley, there by the seashore, close to the fountain. I keep on wanting your loving heart, dear. I keep on hoping you'll play your part, dear. Echoes of love, everywhere you go. Echoes echoing so. Please come back to my arms. Echoes sounding dear, echoes sounding clear. Please come back with your charm. Don't ever leave me, darling, not ever. I'll always want you here forever. Echoes of love,
That's going out to a listener, Paul Michel. That's the second of 2 for the Interiors on the Worthy label from September 61. Song entitled Echoes. That featured Leroy Braswell on lead. Now, group member J. Otis Washington would later become the founding member of an a cappella group called The Persuasions. And I found that. Thank you, Paul, for that information, by the way. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show in 1961, we fill a request For listener Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room. Now, this singer from San Francisco was originally a member of the Romancers that recorded for the Dutone record label, but then in 1958, he went solo, signed with Jerry Blaine's Josie record label, had a big hit with a song called Do You Wanna Dance? But he had a bunch of releases on the Josie record label. Here's one of them. This this is actually is an answer tune to Do You Wanna Dance? I guess we can call it that. I think it's the interesting thing is they use excerpts of the original recording, though, and you can kind of tell when those changes happen. But I'm talking about Bobby Freeman. Now, Bobby Freeman, I think the guitarist was Billy Muir was the guitarist on Do You Want to Dance. But this almost sounds similar. I think I can get away with it. I've played Do You Want to Dance before here on the program. But this we'll play this side. It's a song he wrote. Bobby Freeman, of course, is the singer from May 61, going out to Joe Smith, a.k.a. Oldies Fan. Bobby Freeman on Josie with a tune called She Said She Wants to Dance for Oldies Fan. I thought that I thought that I can get away with the copyright police, but no, they are out there. They that's unfair. It's unfair because it's not Do You Want to Dance, but they are out there. They are out there here chasing Johnny G. There you go. But that's going out to Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith there. That is Bobby Freeman. Bobby Freeman from May 61 on the Josie label. She Wants to Dance. That's an answer tune there. That is, I think it's Billy Muir on guitar there. I don't know if it produced... Well, he doesn't get mentioned on the hit of Do You Want to Dance either. But anyway, the flip side is a nice tune too, by the way. The girls backing them up on the flip side. I might play that next week for the flip side there. Johnny G here in Vinyl Treasure Overtime. Let us continue here. I hope I line this up right, because I can't. It seems to be okay. We'll see as I make sure I got the speed right. Yes. We have one more remembrance song as requested by listener Gordy Freeman for this August 24th, which would have been Willie Winfield's 95th birthday. Now, it's a cut off of an LP that Willie did with his Harptones for Ambient Sound Records, released in February of '82. The album was called Love Needs, and it's a beautiful song written by John Branzett and produced by Marty Pekar. And it was this ambient sound label was a project that CBS Records put together to get original vocal groups and singers from the 50s and early 60s together to record again. So there's a whole bunch of LPs that came out and some singles too. I don't have all the singles. I have some of them, but not all of them. But I have a number of the LPs. And this is one that was put out by Willie Winfield and the Harptones, a song that really defines Willie Winfield's career and his love for his audience, in addition to his friends and family. And this is a special request suggested by Gordy Freeman. So let's go to 1982, February 82, on Ambient Sound Records for the Harptones, and Willie Winfield on lead. It's called Those Wonderful Moments. I hope I got this right, folks.
Those wonderful moments, the first time we met, those wonderful moments, I'll never forget. Although it's been a long time ago, I still recall the thrill of it all. Those wonderful moments when love had its start. Each wonderful moment will live in my heart. I'll always remember from now till time is through. Those wonderful, wonderful moments with you. Wonderful, wonderful moments.
I think I had that right there. So, Gordy Freeman, my pleasure to play those three. I know that Willie was a very good friend of yours, and you knew him well, but he left us with such great music there, and that kind of sums up his career, doesn't it? The song's very nice song, beautiful song there that Gordy requested there. That is Willie Winfield and the Harptones. He would have been 95 years old today. And a song called Those Wonderful Memories, released in February of 1982 on the Ambient Sound record label. My pleasure to play that here tonight for you, Gordy. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's fill a request for listener John Engstrom of California. And this group is out of California. I can't find any information about this. Maybe Reed, you know something about it. I don't have any info, but this was released in December of 1961. This was on John's song want list. It's on the Embassy record label out of California. They're called the Commanders. And I was looking for the publishing. I was looking for the writers. The writers came up as they were just writers. It didn't say they were members of the group or anything. Or I couldn't find any members of the group. But they're called the Commanders. This is on the Embassy record label. It's from December 61. It's for John Engstrom. It's a question. They're asking a question. What did you give the world today? This is for John Engstrom.
What did you give to the world today? What did you give to the world today? What did you give to the world today?
I heard a voice from somewhere say,
what did you give to the world today?
did you give a smile? Did you clasp a hand? Were you a friend to a lonely man? Did you lend a hand to someone in need?
What did you give to the world today?
Can you truthfully say that you did a good deed?
What did you give to the world today?
Did you give a smile, not a frown, to help someone up who was down? Did you help a lost soul to find the way? Or what did you give? Whoa, what did you give? Whoa, what did you give to the world today?
Did you give to the world today? What did you give to the world today?
Did you greet the stranger who passed you by?
Did you give to the world today?
Did you comfort a child when you saw him cry? Did you share what you got with one who's gotten less? Did you do right? I know you did your best. And when nightfall came, could you truthfully say, I spread a little love?
What did you give?
I spread a little love.
What
I spread a little love around today. I heard a voice from somewhere say, what did you give to the world today? Did you give a smile? Did you clasp a hand? Were you a friend to a lonely man? Or what did you give?
What did you give?
What did you give? Whoa, what did you give to the world
That's pretty much an unknown record there by the Commanders. Yeah, the Commanders out of California. The Embassy record label from December 61 that's going out to John Engstrom. What did you give the world today? Well, JohnnyG's giving my collection today as we are in Vinyl Treasure Overtime. Let's continue here. We go to Harlem, back to Harlem, New York, with this request for listener Tommy Albergo. This group had 6 releases on Paul Winley's Winley record label. This was their very last release. I'm talking about the Jesters. It's not Adam Jackson on lead. Someone by the name of Jimmy Smith is on leads. Let's go to 1961 here for the Jesters on the Winley label. This is for Tommy Albergo. It's called Come Let Me Show You, the Jesters.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
We don't want to have Uncle Henry's basement. Christy Masios memories, I guess. There you go. Let's flip it over. Sorry about that.
It's hard to explain how true love got its start. Come let me show you, let me show you what I feel in my heart. What I feel in my heart. I'll try to explain, but I know it will be hard. I'm begging, yes I'm begging, please give me your heart. Please give me your heart. My friend said I'm a fool. They say I am a clown. I gave up my happiness, and now you want to put me down. No, no, I won't forget you, and I won't try. For I know I'd rather die. Come let me show you, please let me show you what I feel in my heart.
That's a nice ballad there. The very last release for the Jesters by request for Tommy Albergo from 1961. Come Let Me Show You is the name of the tune. That's on Paul Winley's Winley record label. We have one more in the year 1961. Fill a request for Casey Hines. Now, when Grady Chapman left the Robins, he was replaced by Bobby Sheen. He was an L.A. tenor, greatly influenced by the great Clyde McPhatter. Now, Sheen, who was at one time another, quote, Johnny in the duo Marvin and Johnny for a time, is best known, best remembered as a member of Bobby B. Sox and the Blue Jeans, but he did lead on some of the 45's by the Robins that came out on the Night record label, then stayed with them when they moved over to RV Records. And then their final stop was the Lavender label, a subsidiary of Indigo. They had 2 releases on the Lavender label. This was their first, and a big record played on the Gus Gossard show back in the early 1970s. And again, Bobby Sheen is on lead, and Roy Richard is the bass that you hear. This is from March of 61 for Casey Hines in Paris. The Robins on Lavender with their rendition of the tune White Cliffs of Dover.
Oh,
Cover tunes here on the cover tunes here. That's a vinyl press too. That's not a styrene press. Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. It's going out to Casey Hines, March '61. The Robins with Bobby Sheen on lead. That's on the Lavender record label. White Cliffs of Dover is the name of the tune. That charted number 27 on KYA out in San Francisco, California. Let's move into 1962. Now we go back to Brooklyn with this request for Paul Michel. This group included Panama Jennings, Jackie Robinson, James Smalls, David Wolfe, and Robert Burton, collectively known as the Cat Ties. And their debut single was a song called Walking in the Rain. That came out in 1962 on the Trans-Atlas label. Now, Paul requested their very next release, which came out on Clark Galhouse's Shelley label, which was a subsidiary of Golden Crest Records out of Huntington, Long Island. Let's go to September of '62 for the Cat Ties. It's on Shelley Records. It's called Let Your Love Light Shine. This is for Paul.
Let your love light shine. Shine, 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 shine on me. Play your part. Shine, shine. You've been mine so long. I promise to give you my time. So shine in my heart. Shine, play your part and shine, love like, oh yeah, love like you've been mine for so let your love light shine.
September '62 release there for the Cat Ties. Cat Ties on the Shelley label. Let Your Love Shine is the name of the tune. That one there by request for Paul Michel. And the group was managed by Fred Kaplan. Now, he owned the Cape Record Store in Brooklyn, New York. Anybody ever buy records from Cape Records? I used to get a catalog in the mail from them. I never really had much luck. They tried to sell originals there. They would always be out by the time I sent my letter. But they would put out a label called Cape Records. And their first release was, a first release, and this one would, this would be reissued on the Cape label in 1965. And actually their first release, I should say, their first release called Walking in the Rain, and this song would be released in 65 on the Cape Records. The group also recorded as The Relations on Cape and the Davy Jones label. Let us continue here, and we move into 1963 with a request for listener Amnon. Now, someone by the name of Wally Zober had an idea to capitalize on a big hit at the time called The Locomotion. I'm sure many of you know that tune by Little Eva. Came out on the Dimension label. So this Wally Zober wrote a song and had it recorded by this group called The Locomotions. They did it on the Murray the K Swingin' Soiree. Used to have a record of the week, I think. And so they played this on one of the records of the week, and the record won. And the group formed in Copaw High School, if I said that right, in Long Island. Now, Paul Pacelli, he was the first tenor of the group. Jack Kunz, the second tenor. Mike Phillips, baritone. Fred Wessel, bass. And the lead singer of this group was John Butch Povermo. And this came out on George Goldner's Gone record label. We go to February of 63 for The Locomotions. This is for Amnon on Gone. The song is called Little Eva.
Who's got burning lips and tender thighs, clinging on their eyes, looking down, just one kiss. There's only one girl who can do all this. Eva, little Eva, little Eva, I love her so. When she looks at me with those great big eyes, I lose my breath, I paralyze, and she knows just what to say and do to cheer me up when I'm feeling blue. Eva, little Eva, little Eva, I love her so. When she looks at me with those great big eyes, I lose my breath, I'm paralyzed, and she knows just what to say and do to cheer me up when I'm feeling blue. Eva, little Eva, little Eva, I love her so.
As by request for Amnon there, The Locomotions, the name of the group, that one there from February 63 on the Gone record label, singing about Little Eva of Locomotion fame, a pun on words there. Now this group would later record in 1965 as The Lost Souls on the Bang record label. Let's continue here in 1963. Now on last week's show I played a request for listener David Silberg. He requested this great group out of Pittsburgh, the Skyliners, their release on the Atco label called I Die. Now, after leaving Calico, they signed with Colpix Records, had 2 singles on Colpix. Then, after this release that I'm featuring tonight, lead singer Jimmy Beaumont would go solo. But let's give a listen to the intended A side of the 45. And I'm going to send this one out to listener Paul Greco, who left at 10 o'clock or around 10 o'clock, but he's going to get up really early and hear this. So, Paul, this is for you. This was a #1 record on KTKT in Tucson, Arizona. We go to June of 1963 for the Skyliners on the Atco label with Jimmy Beaumont on lead in their rendition of the tune Since I Fell for You for Paul Greco. Whoops.
Well, you, yes, you. guess I'll never be the same since I fell for you. Well, it's too bad, and it's too sad that I'm in love with you. First you love me, then you snub me. But what can I do? I'm still in love with you. Well, I guess I'll never see the light. I get those blues most every night since I fell for you. I fell for you. Fell for you.
As June 1963 release there for Jimmy Beaumont and the Skyliners, that's going out to Paul Greco. Their rendition of the tune Since I Fell For You. That came out on the Atco record label, the flip side of I Die that I played last week. Now in 63, Lenny Welch would have a big national hit on the Cadence label with that Buddy Johnson song. Let us continue here. Let's fill a request for listener Adrian Viterbo. This group from Galena Park in Houston, Texas, first recording in the summer of 1961 for the Sabra label with a song called I'm Asking Forgiveness as CL and the Pictures. Now, the lead singer, CL, is really Charles Larry Weldon. And when this song was picked up by Dunes Records in February of 62, was it 62? Well, that song, as CL and the Pictures in 62, many people, including myself, thought that CL stood for Curtis Lee of Pretty Little Angel Eyes fame, but no. But the group would have 3 releases on the Dunes label. Adrian requested their third, a tune which is a cover of a Bo Diddley song from January 59. Bo Diddley did it on Checker in 59, but let's give a listen to this version requested by Adrian from February 63. CL and the Pictures. That is Charles Larry Weldon on lead on the Dunes label. The song is called I'm Sorry for Adrian.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. for the things I have said to you.
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, February 63 release there for CL and the Pictures. That is Charles Weldon on lead, Dunes Records, his rendition of the tune I'm Sorry. Other releases on Cadet, Kadette, not the Chicago label, Kirk Records, Monument, Hickory, and Jamie. Two more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's fill a request for listener Bob Cruz in Maryland, this group from St. Petersburg, Florida. This is on the Parkway label, which is out of Philadelphia. They're called The Impacts, I-M-P-A-C-S, The Impacts, from February 63. It features Vic Waters on lead. The Impacts on Parkway with Tears in My Heart for Bob Cruz.
Dum doobie dum da doobie dum da doobie dum doobie dum oh 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 yeah oh da doobie dum doobie dum oh 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 yeah. You'll never know how I feel inside. You'll never know how much I cry. I'll keep on smiling although we're apart. Oh, 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 and you never see no tears in my heart. Da-doo-dee-dum, da-doo-dee-dum, dum-doo-dee-dum. Oh, 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 yeah, oh, da-doo-dee-dum, da-doo-dee-dum, dum-doo-dee-dum. Oh, 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 yeah. People will say I still love you, but even though what they say is true, I'll keep on smiling and make a new start. Oh, 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 and you won't see me cry. No tears in my heart. Da-doo-dee-dum, da-doo-dee-dum, dum-doo-dee-dum. Oh, 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 yeah, tears in my heart, tears caused by you. How could you treat me the way that you do? For you never loved me, you just played the part, and now I must live with these tears in my heart. Oh, 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 yeah, you'll never know how you made me weep, tossing and turning and trying to sleep. There's no denying of me or apart. Oh, 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 but you won't see me cry. No tears in my heart. Da-doo-dee-dum, da-doo-dee-dum, dum-doo-dee-dum. Oh, 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 yeah, oh, da-doo-dee-dum, da-doo-dee-dum.
As February 1963 release there for The Impacts. The Impacts on the Parkway label. That's going out to Bob Cruz in Maryland. A song entitled Tears in My Heart is the name of the tune. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool requests by you, the listeners, out of my collection. If you need to get in touch with me, you got a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact number. email. So hope you enjoyed the show this evening. And maybe I lost more weight. I've been on that Weight Watchers. Well, I weighed myself on Tuesday morning, and I was down 15 pounds on Tuesday. I think I lost some more weight this week, but I'm not going to get on the scale till Tuesday morning, so we'll see. I'll announce it on the Wednesday night show as we monitor my weight loss journey. I've done this before, but I'll be shopping for clothes. No, I got a whole bunch of clothes that I don't fit into. Hopefully I'll get into those. But anyway, that's beside the point. But thank you all for being here tonight, and picked up some subscribers tonight. So thank you, those of you that subscribe to my YouTube channel, as Dave the Rave will be my guest here on September 8th. Says he wants us to get to 2,000 subscribers by that date. I don't know about it, but Dave will be here on that it's a Sunday show beginning at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, 2 to 6. He'll be bringing a bunch of soul records. I'll play some out of my collection, but I'm curious to see what Dave will bring, because they're records I don't have. So I always look forward to that when a guest comes here to the program playing things that I don't have. But anyway, so that'll be on September 8th. So stay tuned for that. And again, thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. Charlene is my administrative assistant, those of you that don't know. And she helps me here, not program the show, but she helps me with the research. And she actually is now sorting the songs and putting them in my cheat sheet for me. But and so she does that for me constantly with all the shows, and I couldn't do it without Charlene. It's too tough with the responsibilities that I have. So I need some help is what I do. So Charlene is that help. So anyway, we're going to close the show tonight with a request for Juan Campoy in I think he's out of California, I think. Now, on last Saturday's show, I played a request for Joe Shacatano by a group called the Class Airs. It's a very rare record on the Honeybee label called My Tears Start to Fall. Now, that lead singer of the Class Airs, his name was Cal Ray, C-A-L space R-A-Y-E. And he's originally from Bristol, Rhode Island. And he re-recorded that song, released it on the Super label. It was released in 1966, but it sounds much earlier than that. It was a reworking of the song I played last week for Joe Shacatano. And Juan Campoy requested that. His real name was Jerry Raymond. He gets writer credits. He wrote the tune. But here he is singing as Cal Ray on Super Records. Our closer tonight from 1966, My Tears Start to Fall. Well, that's going to do it, folks. And Johnny G is out of here, as it is before 1, but I think I added last minute like 4 other records that I didn't want to do. So anyway, but again, I wanted to honor those of you that sent in 2 requests here to the program. I didn't want to just stop at all. Some of them I did stop, others I did not. But I'm going to have to focus on 1 song per requester, because I had like 69 requests. That's a lot. That's a lot of requests. But anyway, so thank you all for, and listen, I can play all, but it's tough just sitting here for all these hours, and even for you too. You got to go to bed. You got to go to bed. Tomorrow's another day. But thank you all for tuning in. Again, if you have you want to say something to Johnny G, you can email me. You talk about the music and whatnot. vinyltreasures@AOL.com. That is the email address. And I hope to see you next time right here, either this coming Wednesday, or next Saturday night at 9 p.m. right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. This is for Juan.
Start to descend with just thinking ahead.
My eyes to read without you.
Once you told me I was your true. Now all those doors are up above. Please, darling, hear my prayer. Don't leave me in despair. When all your dreams come to an end, when all your hopes start to descend, with all those memories I recall, that's when my tears start to